What is up, Maple Boomers? Zach here, coming at you with another. We got like a Maplestory Ren Challenger World 2 check-in. It's been a bit since I've done one, and let me turn my music up real quick. I think that's pretty good. It's been a bit since I've done like just an account check-in. I've done my last couple of videos were boss breakdowns, which I've been really enjoying. Granted, they are a lot longer. Than like these short. Actually, this, you know what, I say that, but this video is probably gonna be long, just as a heads up. So we're gonna do just a quick account check-in for myself, and then we'll do like a mental check-in at the end here. So today is December 13th. My last check-in I think was like 2 weeks ago, before I took on some of the harder bosses, before I did like my second time using rentals. So I've made a lot of progression since then. Like I have and I haven't. You'll see what I mean. So my current level is 277 at about 28%. My Hexa has not changed much, to be honest. I think I've had this level like 1886 for like 2 weeks now. I unlocked Hexa Stat 1 and 2 fully. I unlocked 3, but I stopped leveling it up because I was like, I'm anticipating to do more grinding in the next like 2 weeks. So I wanted to try and get Soul Jan as high as I could. Kind of help with that. So I've been dumping all my frags and everything into here, but I am still a good bit away from like level 10. So I probably shouldn't have done that if I would have actually thought about that a little bit better. But that's okay. Challenger World rank, we're still Diamond. I'm holding out on claiming. Actually, nope, I lied. I claimed these, but I'm holding out on claiming these and the Legendary Scrolls until I get my Genesis weapon. Just so I can, save some Mesos there instead of having to buy a ton of cubes. I'm not really worried about progressing to Master. Like, I'm not skilled enough to solo Black Mage. It's still my combat power is still technically not possible, even on rental. Well, okay. It is possible. It'd be like a 50-minute run, though, and I'm not down for that. I might try and solo it when I get to, like, 80 mil or so. Maybe 60 mil off of rental. So, not for a while. Same thing with anything past that. So, I'm chilling. I'll hit Master if I don't even push that stuff. If I just stagnate fully, I will hit Master just by doing the daily check-ins or weekly check-ins. My Genesis weapon status is pretty nice. I gotta say, I was hoping to actually liberate this week, but if you'll notice, Black Mage is checked off, but I still haven't liberated. So. I actually have a video coming out with my Black Mage attempt, so I'll have a boss breakdown, which is exciting for me to have a Black Mage boss breakdown. But let me just say, spoiler alert, it didn't go great, so I still haven't liberated. I will liberate next week, so I'll do an exciting check-in for that. Gear update. Let's take a look here. Pretty good, honestly. I've gotten really lucky. Lucky, and I haven't gotten lucky. Like, I'm sitting on two arcane weapon boxes. I've gotten one arcane armor box, and I got one line of crit damage, so not the best. 17 star. Believe it or not, I'm at 2 pitch on this character. I have 2 pitch already. I have Commanding Force earrings, and I have an ET. My ET just dropped this week when I did my Sea Gloom. I don't have a picture, but actually I do have a picture. Let me see. So that's cool. I'm at 2 pitch. I can't use the Commanding Force earrings because its super earrings are just gonna be better until I get much more pitch items. But it's still exciting to see. And I'm on 4-piece Dawn Boss set, which is also crazy at this point. Granted, it's not the most powerful set. When I get 4-piece Golux, I'll be swapping that out. But still exciting to see. Like, I got a Daybreak pendant. I think my first hard Varus Hill clear. So I've been very, very lucky. I got a real continuous ring. Still waiting for a real Roar 4. I got a real Roar 1. I'm at 2 out of 4 for the Superior set. I bought the Superior ring. I have yet to get a Superior belt drop, even with like 300 drop. So I'm just waiting for that, and I think I'm like 2 weeks away from being able to buy the pendant. So we're stagnating there for a while. I don't have a real Dom pendant yet. Have not got lucky. Again, I'm at like 320 drop rate when I'm doing these bosses. Still haven't got it. That's about it. Yeah, still waiting for the belt. Rings are pretty good. ETZ 16, 18 Superior, 17 Dawn. You know, there's still a lot of progress to be made here, but I'm sitting pretty good. Like I'm more fortunate than a lot of people at 40 mil off of rental. Symbols are almost maxed. I just need, you know, I could probably max it by buying out this stuff, but I don't really. I'll do the calculations in like a day or two. We'll see. Maybe I will max it. More gear. We'll look at my Meso real quick. Meso is finished, so finished in the sense that I can hit max Meso drop. So I have 100% on equipment, but my drop is also really low with Meso. So when I'm farming, I'm just fully in Meso or fully in drop because I don't have much in my drop here. For example, I'm at 180 out of 200, but my Meso is very low. So what that means is it's all. Let me restart music. It's all single lines. Like this is all item drop, and it's like all 8 pieces are single lined. So no. I have one hybrid. Actually, I lied. So I have one hybrid, but no doubles. So I have a lot of work still to do with my drop and Meso gear. I can hit near max drop rate, but for farming it's bad. Like I can do one or the other, if that makes sense. So I have a lot of progression to do there. Still, it's going to cost me a lot of Mesos. So that's where I'm at with that. The FAMs, no real update, to be honest. I'm using the same bossing FAMs. I've opened a few more, but haven't really gotten lucky. Like I'm slowly working on these. I haven't been farming a lot. Like I'm waiting to open up or to level up a couple of these guys still. So honestly, no real update there. I haven't been grinding a lot the past week or two, to be honest. So I anticipate to start grinding more next week. So maybe there'll be a big breakthrough there. Professions, there's been a little bit of an update there. I'm now a Meister smithing, in smithing. So I can, if you didn't know, and I didn't know honestly either, if you haven't seen Dookie's smithing video, or not smithing, the professions video, the recent one he did, you can get 5% crit damage if you become a Meister in smithing. Granted, the buff lasts 40 minutes and you have to consume these whetstones, but you can do it. So if you're like trying to push a certain boss, it's worth investing into. So I got that, and we're chilling. But I'm not a Meister of accessory crafting yet. I'll work on that. It takes a lot of farming to make a ton of these rings and stuff because I need to hit a lot of EXP. A lot of EXP. So I need to farm a lot of what is it? I think it's like these rings. Yeah, here you go. I need a ton of these advanced item crystals, and just also regular like black and dark crystals and other things. Yeah, here you go. I think this is the thing you want to grind. You need a ton. This is the I guess dark crystals too. I need more of those, but I need to grind a ton of these, which you can do in Extreme Station 3. I just haven't had time to do it yet. So I'll do that at some point, so I can craft my Meister rings. Pet update. Rest in peace, my beloved CCPB. RIP to a real one. I'll show you what my plan right now is. So I'm gonna buy one of these FAMs. I've already loaded money for it, but I don't have enough reward points right now to get the discount. So I'm gonna hoard my reward points for a few days. I think you need 27k to get the discount, to get like $30 off. I could be wrong about that. I saw a post online about it that like had like a screenshot showing that. I'm willing to wait and not use my loot fam, or what do you call it, vac pet, to maybe save $30. That is worth it to me. So I'll have no vac pet for a couple days, maybe a week. It's gonna feel bad, but it is what it is to save that money. Okay, that's pretty much where the account's at. I'm just kind of chilling. I'm now that you know where my gear's at. Again, off rental at 40 mil. On rental, I'm over 60 mil now with FAMs. Am I in boss? Yeah, with FAMs I'm at 45, which is not bad. Also the decoration, the stats ran out on the hyper burning stuff today too, so there was a little bit of a dip there with everybody. So keep that in mind. Everybody's a little bit less powerful, but we should be hitting some more boss damage in here soon, some more IED in here soon. So maybe that'll make up a little bit for it. But now that that's done, let's do a quick check-in. I'm already at 10 minutes. My God. Okay, I'm sorry. I want to do a little mental state check-in to have you guys understand where I'm at now. So now that I hit 275, a a lot of my progression has kind of stagnated, which is totally fine. It's just part of, you know, hitting the higher levels. It takes a lot longer to level up, and it's a little bit less exciting each day because you're not really getting any giant major milestones every day or every single week, even at that. So you kind of enter the point of the game where you're like doing your dailies, weeklies, and just hoping for basically just gear drops, or like for you to hit the tier, or not tier, hit the amount of like Golux coins, for example, that you need to get your superior set completed. So it slows down a lot, which from the standpoint of the Challenger World 2, at first feels a little bit bad because of how, exciting it feels at first. Every single day you're making like new levels. Every single day you're getting the check-ins for the events, and like you're feeling really good about getting your Challenger Pass stuff done. Which Challenger Pass is done. I've completed it. I can't. You know, this is like one event that was fun that I no longer participate in. I'm just waiting to claim stuff till I get my Genesis weapon. So the day-to-days feel a little bit less exciting. The weeklies feel a little less exciting too because I've already hit the milestones. I've already achieved Diamond, and like now killing these weekly bosses doesn't do anything outside of, I mean, with the caveat that I'm approaching completing the Genesis Weapon Pass 2, which is like the other kind of like, this is a milestone too that all the weeklies are contributing towards. When that's done, it's like, what do I do? Like, it's not going to feel as good to clear the weekly bosses, which as long as you're just like, I'm preparing to enter like the mid game, you know what I mean? Like, where every single day I'm worrying less about my next level up. I'm worrying less about doing anything outside of like the dailies. I'm entering the phase of the game where, for me, I'm not going to be pushing as hard until like there's another new fresh event. Like maybe the new Ride or Die event that comes out in a couple weeks is going to revitalize me. But I've kind of milked the current events for as much as they can, where I can enter that point, this part of the game, and I don't feel bad. I don't even know if I'd call it mid game, but it's okay to kind of slow down and to take breaks because I'm not burnt out by any means. I'm still really enjoying, you know, playing, doing the videos I do, and pushing and getting to the point where I'm at. But yeah, as long as I'm just mentally preparing myself to enter that phase of the game, and I want you guys to also be cognizant of that. Like it's not exciting forever. Like the game is not as exciting every single day. And it won't be forever. Like there will be parts of the game where it's like, yeah, you're going to be getting ready to grind for a while, and grind in the sense that like grinding in like you're doing your weeklies, dailies, and just that's it. Like there's not much outside of that. If you want to be a Giga grinder, go ahead. I'm not one of those guys. I can be at times, but right now I'm not. But all that said, it's not. I want you guys to have the proper mindset. I don't want you to feel bad about entering that phase of the game. What you can do is just understand a couple things. Again, I always tell you that this is a slow burn game. I want you to be prepared for what happens at each point in the game. And with that, I want you to understand that every single day, when you're doing your dailies, and this has been the case since Challenger World started, and when everybody created their Rens, every single day by completing your dailies, completing your weeklies, you get a certain amount of EXP. And I want to show you what that looks like here. So we have, wrong tab, we have the Wacky Beans Everything EXP calculator. If you're not familiar, a lot of the big dogs use this to refer people to like how, you know, what you can expect, when you can expect to hit certain levels by just doing your dailies, your weeklies, your epic dungeons, all that stuff, and like what your level is, and like, you know, all that stuff. This calculator takes into account every source of EXP you input into it, along with if you have event modifiers, like how much percentage extra you get. It does okay at it. It's not perfect, but the point is, and the point I'm trying to make is, by doing all this stuff here, there is a reasonable expectation of when you can hit certain milestones. So right now, if I had started and I was 260 up on November 12th when Ren came out, which I roughly was, by just doing my dailies and no event benefits. This is not assuming Challenger World as well, so it's definitely missing some of the sources of EXP and like just how much passive EXP we get. It would expect I would be 275 by January 4th. As a server, we have crushed that. Most people are at the point where they're at 275, which, just to illustrate that, if you go to any of the 275 farming maps, that's where the people are grinding right now. So this is like the 275 grinding map for Ren. So if you go here, there's already a bunch of players in here, right? That's just to visibly illustrate. And if I go, for example, let me get out of here. I'll go to the 270 map. This is the 270 map. If I go now, there's nobody here anymore. This is channel 1. So most people are in different maps farming. There's always people. It's Saturday, so there's always people farming at this time. The fact that there are people in the 275 one and not the 271 shows you that the average curve of players, which I'll show you in this, is now progressed as a server to roughly be at that point. And I want to show you guys this. This is a distribution curve. The middle being, so you can view this as like less common and less people, and like the server. Think of this as like the server's EXP, right? Most people, and I'll show you this little. This will help illustrate it better too. So at week 1, most people were at 260. This is the player base, the blue line. So most of the players are here, where they're at like 260. They hit 260 within week 1 through all the events and everything. There are giga grinders, myself included. During these first 2 weeks, I was one of the people who was 270 early. So you can get to these points outside of doing your dailies by doing grinding, other sources of EXP, the Lux Sauna, VIP saunas, all that stuff. But over time, by progressing to week 2, just by doing dailies, the whole server's EXP, the average player's EXP goes up each week. So every single week you're doing your everything EXP here. All these sources of EXP, everybody on the server, like the rough minimum average level goes up. So if you're a giga grinder, you got to stay. If you want to try and stay ahead of this curve, you have to grind so much. But everybody will catch up to you. So all the people who are 280 right now, like it's like I think it's like week 5 or so. There are people that like there you can view them like right here. They're on the less amount of players are 280, but most of the players are about 275. So we're right behind them. We will catch up. It takes a little bit longer. Like this isn't exactly like week to week, like a 1-to-1, but like by doing the weeklies, by doing your dailies and doing Monster Park, we will slowly hit 280. And then those people will barely be 285. Like, there will always be people who are crazy high levels, but you can't compare yourself to them, and you shouldn't, because by just playing, the server will progress. All of us, all the average players, we will roughly hit the same milestones at about the same time. Certain people, like there's people who have had Genesis Weapon in Challenger World for like a week already. I don't care about that. I care about my own character and knowing when my Genesis Weapon is going to drop, when I'm going to liberate, which is next week. So I'm not comparing myself to other people. I want you guys to always remember this. As a server, together we roughly are progressing at the same rate. There are, of course, people always who will be outliers. Of course, there's people who don't play barely at all, and they're like 265, 270 still, and that's totally fine too. That's their pace. But wherever you are on this graph, just know most of the players are here. Most of the players are in the middle. Right now, we are at about 275. And give it like a couple more weeks, and we're slowly inching towards 280. Give it a couple more weeks. So just keep that in mind. You can't stop the dailies. You can't stop the weeklies. You can control how much you play outside of that, but just playing 15 minutes every day will keep you within this middle portion of the graph. And as time progresses, we will all advance together. So keep that in mind. I want you guys to remember that. The best part about this game is just enjoying the journey. Like, it's a slow burn. There are times when things are very exciting, and enjoy that time as well, for sure. When it becomes less exciting, focus on other things. Like myself, I've been playing other games. I've been enjoying the hell out of Kirby Air Riders personally. So find time to play other games. I don't need to grind as much every day anymore because I just don't feel like it, to be honest. I'm waiting until my Genesis Weapon drops so then I can maybe help my friends do some carries and stuff like that. But outside of that, you can get excited for other upcoming updates. Like I said, the Ride or Die Part 3 or Part 4, whatever, comes out in like a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. When that drops, I'll grind that. I'll do all the new events. But right now, as where all the current events are, as where my character's at, it's not very exciting, but that's totally fine. I'm just keeping in the back of my mind, I'm going to hit milestones when I do. And when I do hit them, I'll make videos on what you guys should be doing too. But just keep all that in mind. Keep your mental in a good spot. If you're getting burnt out, play less. If you're not enjoying the game and it's not as exciting, just remember, need I pull out the graph again? I'll pull out the graph again. We're all in this together. By week, a couple more weeks, we will be 280. There will always be people higher than us, but that's fine. But don't think about them. I don't want to put in the 50, 60 hours of grinding it would take to get me to 280 right now. I'm not. Right now, I'd rather. That's like a whole JRPG of like I could play and beat, Expedition 33 if I wanted to in the time it would take me to get to 280 right now. And I don't want to do that. I want to maybe play something else for a bit until there's a new exciting event. In which case, I'll shift all my focus to that. But just keep these things in mind. Keep your mental as healthy as you can. Because this is a for, you know, if you want to succeed in this game, you have to view it as it's a very slow burn. It's like a long time. This game rewards time investment. As long as you do things properly week to week and day to day, and at the bare minimum, it's just doing your dailies and then weeklies. That's about all I got. Just enjoy the journey. You know where you're going. But again, you could take my advice if you're newer, if you're a Maple Boomer. I got you. Again, when you hit 275, I have videos of saying what you should be doing. When you hit 280, I'll have a video for that too. And you'll get there in time, and we'll do it all together. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down below. I really appreciate all the support. Shout out specifically in this video to Mushroom. This person recognized me when I was farming, and they said hi, so I really appreciated that. If you guys see me in the game, I mean, I don't grind a ton right now, but I will be in the next couple weeks. If you see me, say hi. I'm happy to chat. Or also in the comments, if you guys have any questions, I read every single comment. I reply to pretty much all of them, and I really appreciate all the support. Sorry this is a longer video, but, you know, it's important. It's stuff I wanted to illustrate. I want you guys to keep them in the back of your mind. I'll link everything EXP down below. Just keep in mind all the things I mentioned, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Look out for my Black Mage boss breakdown. Should be coming out maybe later today. All right, take care.